right. Good evening. Welcome to, I cannot believe this, we're in the top 16, round 3 of the main tournament for Link to the Past randomizer. We have, the competition is getting, stiffer and stiffer. We have Flipheal versus zelgadissan facing off in 80 keys with starting boots, so it should be actually, quite a fun time. I'm Claire Mouse. Joined with me is the one, the only Cloud from Korea. Joining us, of course, yes, all the way from around the globe. Always really amazing to me when we can actually get somebody on the whole other side of the world, doing commentary together.
That is the fun way of doing it for sure.
Yeah, on tracking, of course, we have Darukshana and Malkier, doing all the button clicking for us. These guys are absolute veterans. Very, very happy and fortunate to have everyone here tonight. Days, by the way. So as I was looking through the particular matchup, so I was actually told before that Flip has said in a previous interview that this is actually not the first time they're facing off together. In fact, last year in the main tournament for round of 64, it was actually Flipheal versus Zelga. It went to a game 3. And Flipheal did actually take the win over Zelga. And Days, I'll give you one guess as to who was on commentary for that match for game 3. Hint,
Wait,
they're in
year?
this booth. They're in this booth.
Was it us again?
It was us. Did you know that?
I remember nothing past like 20 minutes ago. Wow, 2023.
I was so amazed. I was like, okay, this is almost like baited. We were
there
last year.
We need to run that back almost immediately. That's just the trick there.
Exactly.
Obviously. Wow, craziness. Oh, well. Then, in that case, I guess we're going to start here. So we've got a Flipheal on the left side there. He's going to go ahead and start over in Link's house, get a small key to. I lost track of exactly what small key that was immediately.
I believe it was the final Ganis Tower. Although I was very fortunate to be able to see that particular text box. You actually do see, Zelga, I think, started Sanctuary. I believe it was a part piece pickup. Hopefully the stream is okay.
Well, we'll find out pretty quickly here. But yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna do one little mic change real fast here, so hopefully this doesn't mess up the broadcast even more than Flip is. Really quick though, we see that Flipheal is gonna find out that Ice Palace is our green pendant today. And gonna get a mushroom there out of the back of Sasharalla's hut, and I will be right back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Seeing Zelga kind of maybe doing the more resource-intensive route, or just so we can go over to Lost Woods and check Lumberjack. We can actually get a bushcraft tree pulls, alongside, and yeah, of course we saw the mushroom also from the hash. There are lots of mushrooms to be had from everywhere. I'm really glad. And of course, Flip's gonna turn that mushroom in pretty much immediately. I really actually like this, type of thing. You usually don't get the mushroom that early, so when you do, it can be a little suspicious. So, yeah, Zolga's basically trying to, take the rupee crab, giving us very generous 20s. And we've already more than halfway met our Zora cash goal. It's a very nice fundraiser. The crabs are very generous today. And we have a hammer dropping down here in the Lost Woods. So we actually have a very quick permanent weapon. Does, of course, the most amount of damage you can really realistically hope for. Does temper sword damage. And while, it would be kind of nice to get a gold sword. It would actually be nice to get a real sword, for that matter. But, it's something permanent you're never going to complain about, especially this early. Darkshana already pointing out, yes, that I've actually already missed what map that was, but sometimes you do get things that are not worth your time, not even worth the value of the paper that is written on. GT Tower, Ganis Tower map on Mushroom Spot. Yes, it is one of those ones where I always wondered if it was a crystal or pendant, and for some reason the C or P never shows up in that tower, even though we have the map to it. Maybe it's a bug.
Maybe it's like G for Ganon instead of C or P,
okay,
and we just don't get to see it that way.
Yeah, it very could be. And you think that Hyrule Castle could be an H, right?
That would make sense.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
just so you know that this is Hyrule Castle. Don't let the building fool you by any means. It is actually a castle, not a
It
palace.
is.
There's
Yes.
a difference.
I was gonna ask if there were any English teachers that were maybe help us with some definitions.
Whoa, whoa,
of
whoa,
what
whoa, whoa!
the
No, no, no!
difference-
English
Oh,
teacher,
okay.
not historian, not
Oh, okay,
historian.
okay. You're right. You're
not
right.
art
My bad,
history
my bad.
teacher, miss. Okay, we're just an English teacher here.
My bad. My bad.
But okay, I guess we're back up and running here. Thank you, Windows Update, for taking 25 minutes and making things very complicated for me before this. But we're all good now. So Zelga
Yes.
jumped into a well. I think Flipheal's about to pick up a pod key. We're gonna get a big old stutter here and miss the next 4 items. Cool, thanks.
Yeah, it actually looks like kind of Flipheal and Zelga taking like a very, I would say, like realistic or practical approach into coming in, even though we were absolutely flush with cash, especially on Zelga's side, because he farmed the tree pulls and the crabs for 20 rupees each. We didn't really have any bombs, like, and it's kind of long to go buy bombs in the bomb shop, so they ended up doing some like getting a bomb or two from the bomb cross outside the fortune teller. So it's kind of nice, and it turns out, in this case, more often than not, usually that you're going to get some amount of bombs. You can at least, full clear Kakariko, with them. It's got some bombs in the well, so we're all set to go. And I think hopefully we're going to see what the bottle vendor actually has for us. I know that Zelga bought it. Because I could tell because his rupee counter went down. Hopefully Flipheal's going to get some, but yeah, there's quite a bit of difference in terms of the financial situation between Flipheal and Zelga.
Yeah, a little bit of money difference there for sure. As both guys are kind of just getting as best as they can right now here. We'll see. We'll see if it turns into a big deal here. I mean, it is kind of nice to have a large chunk of change going into certain things, like some fish that may come into play here sooner or later. But
yeah.
we're not
Maybe
there
sooner.
yet, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, Zelga decides to blind check the race game. Of course that's a very common thing to do in modes that have keys shuffled, right? So you usually open. I think people usually try and scout it and then go back, but sometimes when you shuffled in more than just like the regular major items of the game and include like dungeon items, then there's a higher chance maybe that you'll actually have something useful or something you would like to have. So, but not in this case today. It's just a map.
Yeah, no. It is just gonna be a little piece of paper, nothing that you're interested in, even in the slightest instance. Looking for every single dungeon. We got boots already, so.
Oh yeah. That's the most important item in my.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can make this go a little bit faster than usual here. As Zelga must have picked up the item from the dam already here in that little stutter, and now we're gonna get to see what's under the water. We've got it's a big key. It's a big key to Ice Palace. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We'll put that in the good to have.
Oh yeah, that's a very, very nice to have. How many times have you heard, the post-mortem, like, I can't believe, I went to Ice Palace without the big key, and then did you know, what was in the big chest? Some extremely important item that you definitely, went back for after 45 minutes.
Right. Like that's you're kind of wanting to go ahead and try to limit your possible like massive lose conditions here. And that one's one we'll call a massive lose condition there.
Yeah, I agree. By the way,
there we go.
Yeah.
Zelga got him. Okay, Zelga, just bomb him. Just bomb him, my friend. Bomb him. Okay.
I was wondering, both Flip and Zelga exited Kakariko with 5 bombs, and that's like a really awkward number of bombs to have, right? When we don't have like a sword or something like that, because you're like, well, I could use bombs for a weapon, but I have a hammer.
Now you have a
maybe
sword.
the hammer would. And we finally got a sword. But yeah, we saw firsthand how finicky, how much practice you need with the hammer in order to make it work.
Yep.
It's really
10
like
swings
more of
for
an
the hammer
acquired.
to make it work one time. You got to get that.
That's right. That's right.
You got to get that amount in there, or else you're never there.
Yeah, it's more of like an acquired taste of an item. You know, it's just like you really, really gotta convince yourself that it's really, yes, it is worth it.
It's like mushrooms. Yeah. They're like mushrooms. Oh, hey, there we go. How about that? How about a nice
yeah.
fancy hook shot there in Ice Rod Cave? That's a cute one. You
That
like
is
that?
that's actually a really nice find on Zelga's side. I mean, in general, like, okay, Ice Rod Cave, right, is not an unreasonable place to go visit. Just especially in this case, you have the boost start, and Zelga, definitely took the investment for time in order to farm up Zora money, right? So this is kind of a very classic boots start having, whatever, like, going to South Shore, going to Ice Rock Cave, water walking, to, in this case, waterfall end in Zora.
Yeah, and speaking of Zora, since we're kind of headed in that direction right now, as a Waterfall Fairy's got, completely nothing here. Flip is going to have to take a little bit of extra time because he's going to not want to orphan that, I think. So we're going to take a second here. We're going to farm this bush crab a couple of times as we're going to be possibly left in mystery about what is actually on Zora here in a second.
That's true.
Nope, came back.
We're back.
Okay.
All right, what do we have actually on? Ooh, it is a big key. Is it Eastern? Oh, it is Eastern. Okay, well, that was a lucky guess.
Mouse.
All right.
Put the spoiler log away.
No, nothing. No. I do not know anything about the spoiler log. I do enjoy piloting, but we do not have a spoiler log in this particular section.
Come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I just got maybe a little bit copium. Zelga certainly, and he has said this for the record, that it is not as prevalent in non-entrance modes, but that there is the Eastern Palace question. We would really like to have a bow and the big key to go in. That big key showing up early. I don't know. We're gonna maybe have to see Zelga kind of bend the rules a little bit in order to potentially get in, go inside, and maybe have to go in maybe even a second time in order to go get Dark World access.
Yeah, you never know with this, but like we're still waiting for some sort of way here, and unfortunately for Flipheal, he having to go back another time because that mini Moldorm cave, he was banking on the fact that mini Moldorm cave likely is going to have at least one set of rupees in it. It had a bloopy, which was not enough, so he had to go back again for Mr. Bush Crab there to help him out. So little unfortunate on his side there, but he does have the money needed now.
Yeah. And this is it's very good, for Flipheal certainly. I mean, obviously very good for Zelga as well, but for them to both, not isolate the hook shot in Ice Rod Cave, because sometimes you don't get it. It could be kind of tempting. You're like, well, I have boots. I can come be back anytime. I'm gonna get the flute. I know I'm gonna get the flute because it's all dungeons. I'll just come back here with the flute, and then the flute's there, the hook shot's there, and you just never come back for 30 minutes, and you're just like, oh, well, I'm sad now.
Yeah, no, you don't want to stick yourself behind the 8 ball that early if you can avoid it here, and luckily both of these guys are, trying to take the most efficient route possible, which is, kind of the name of the game, especially when you're playing 80 keys. It's just,
yeah.
I have to probably check nearly everything, so let's check it as quickly as humanly possible.
I would also like to point out, by the way, so we saw Flipheal on Bracegame pick up Eastern map, and the Eastern Compass is here in Waterfall. In this mode, we do need map and compass, technically by logic, in order to, put the boss, I would say, like, in logic. Now, given that we don't have flippers yet, it's not maybe quite exactly in logic, but it is, again, I think it's intriguing that, both the map and the compass have shown up. It makes me wonder, what about Eastern, is in the dungeon for us.
So, are you saying that Zelga is going to run here to Dark Cross in a second, pick up a bow, and it's going to be on Armos Nights?
Pick up a bow? Yeah, maybe. It's very, very possible.
Well, let's find out, because here he goes.
Yeah, I think it would be. I would be very chagrined if we did not pick up a bow, and there was a bow just happened to be sitting in Eastern. Like the vanilla game intended. Having a bow inside Eastern.
Exactly the way that we're supposed to be doing this the entire time. Don't let anyone fool you.
Exactly. You said randomizer? Oh, okay, yeah, that's a bombos, yes.
It has 3 of the. Yes. It has 2 of the letters that we need. Twice
I'm
actually.
Sure we can. Yeah, I'm sure we can scrounge up to bend a couple of letters to make it a W. Yeah, the S is pretty.
Flip the M over. It's good. Just flip the M over. It's a W. It's fine.
This is exactly what I would expect out of an English teacher, Dave. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no.
Like you're
You've got it when you got to teach kids how to write an M and how to write a W. You just basically say, "All right, turn your paper over. Good job, you've done it."
Oh my gosh, we should totally do that as adults too. See, but this is why you're instilling great habits. You start early.
All right, everybody, you want to take a guess? Did Zelga find the Moon Pearl? I'm gonna say he probably did, because why the heck is he starting back at Sank otherwise?
Oh, yeah, very, very good observation. Yeah, looks like we're gonna go and well, actually, maybe we're gonna go up the mountain.
No. Oh, okay. Was it a Hera Big and Eastern Big or something? Wait, okay, no, I'm reading random chat things, and okay, so maybe we found nothing back there. This is the fun times of streams when they're being a little uncommittal. It means we get to speculate about everything that we have no idea what's happening. Now, we could be really professional and actually go and pull up one of their streams and find out exactly what they got, but where's the fun in that?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, well, no, you're right. We all get to experience everything together, right? Where everybody is, here as one, community. We're here to have fun.
Zelga does, in fact, have Pearl. That is why we have trackers, and that's why they're amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you, Malkier. That is an incredibly actually good find. Then we are. Ooh, there's a bow. We can't get the bow unless the mirror's right here in Spec Rock
Did
Cave.
Zelga also find a mirror? We'll never know, Clear Mouse. Find out next time on this site. No.
zelgadissan, Zelga Ball Z. Is that
Zelga Ball Z?
I would watch that show.
Oh, we have a hook shot. Never mind.
We do have a hook shot. We can, in fact, get to Hera. That is not, because we also have the hammer that we found in Lost Woods drop down. However, that does not help us with our bow situation.
I mean, not with that attitude.
Though. Well, okay, that's true. That's true. You know what? I don't know how much glitch stuff that Zelga nor Flipheal partakes in. However, that being said, it is not allowed for the main tournament. We can't really, just kind of sequence break our way over to into that bow unless, everybody, closes their eyes and we all say that we saw nothing. Which actually...
The way the stream is going, we haven't seen much, so that would work.
That's true. We actually have plausible deniability here.
Mm-hmm. But we did pick up a nice red boomerang, as Flipheal is going to be nice enough to show us that there is a Moon Pearl and a shield there.
Yes, and a bomb.
with the bombing of the shield chest.
Yes.
I don't think Flipheal likes shields. What's going on there?
I somehow, you know what? All I can say is that every single time I see Flipheal's avatar, not from the Piranha Plant, but his race time thing, there is in fact a shield on his avatar for race time. I don't really, anything else is kind of on there, like a big no sign. That's kind of just details, right? It's not. It's a very minor, point. And the reason being that he in fact really has opinion about shields. That's right.
Yeah, I would say what's the opposite of an affinity for shields?
Hatred, malice.
Hatred. Malice. Oh, I like
Grudge?
malice. Malice is a good word there. Pick up a couple of small keys there. There we got one to Misery Mire, one to Desert Palace, but I think Zelga might have found the bigger prize there a second ago with a mitts there in that first part. I thought
you were going to say Compass to Thieves Chow.
and
I was more happy
some other stuff.
But yeah, you're definitely right though. Having the mitts actually in Hera without the mirror, that's actually a pretty big find. Because again, Flipheal, for example, he still could find the mirror somewhere down here, right? We didn't find it in Hype Cave. He's gonna kind of do the South Loop, probably maybe go to Village of Outcasts after this. Oh, he might go up the mountain, who knows? But the point is, without the mirror, coming over to Hera, for the long way, can actually be quite a time investment. So having them there is a very nice payoff.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's gonna be able to go and check. What were we talking about there? Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny Cave, maybe get a peek at the entrance to Turtle Rock, see what's going on there. And he can also Bumper Cave? Nah, I can't do Bumper Cave. No, well, he can do Bumper Cave now, but he couldn't. Spike Cave is the one I was
Spike Cave,
thinking of there.
yeah.
Well,
No, I think we have enough. We have the cape, and we have a hammer and glove. Very
Yeah.
important things. And he has
I
6 hearts,
mean,
so it should be enough if he wants to do it.
yeah, and if anything else pops out of these other, fairly large, dense areas here, yeah, we probably could do this here. First, we've got to take a little run down here, go through Spiral Cave real fast.
Real fast. Well, we're gonna get through this cave as fast as chivalry is possible. We do have the boots. Being said, Spiral Cave is still not a short cave. It is in fact quite spirally. By the way, Flippy dug up a swamp small in Dig Game, so that is definitely
It was a small.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that one for sure.
I see we have done Bonk Rocks. Did Zelga get that? I assume Zelga got that key. Which is a TR small key and Bonk Rocks. I hope you got that.
Oh, yeah. I think Zelga got that at the very beginning there, so yeah. Okay, so we're going to run, on Zelga's side, we're going to run all the way back up to take the top entrance there to Turtle Rock. The idea being that if it's bombos, you can just open it up and save yourself a trouble a little bit there.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
And with that Swamp Small being on Dig Game there, that is a small key that is effectively the big key to the dungeon, because you can't really do anything until you have that one. So
that's right. All right, it is in fact not bombos. It is ether for Turtle Rock. But you bring up a very good point though. Like we're gonna now, in another consequence of not having the mirror is that, well, once we get to Dark World, we can't really, go back to Light World. So we're gonna kind of, plan our way a little bit more meticulously in order to go do everything, in the order most efficiently, right? Because oftentimes, like, oh, it doesn't really matter, if we, go to Dark World, Super Bunny, or on top of, Turtle Rock, right? If you want to open Turtle Rock up, well, you gotta do it, the first time around. You can't really, mirror to go back up to, to go back to the Dark World.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if the items kind of determine your route sometimes, and that's as super fun as that is to do. It's what it is we're gonna pick up another key to pod there as another key to. Well, we got our first key to Castle Tower now.
Yeah, very, very nice. We're always very happy to see Castle Tower keys. In fact, we would like to see them on the sooner side, but experience has told us that it always comes as their very last item that you go pick up before go mode.
Oh, Zelga. Nice with the hammer dash there to get the Lionel out of the way so he doesn't have to take damage, so that theoretically, well, the fairy made that point moot, but it was still nice anyway, that he'll have enough health to go do this.
Yeah, this is very nice. And and you mentioned before, right, to be able to, Zelga has basically full cleared out the mountain in order to go get everything. So he did, Super Bunny, he did Hookshot Cave, Spiral Cave, and now he's gonna go do Spike Cave. Maybe we'll see what's at the end here.
We'll see what it is when Flipheal gets around to it.
That's right.
Or when when our lovely trackers again go and say, this is what it was, just so you know, here's what everybody needs to know. And
unfortunately, just out of time.
Yep. Enough to see him restarting over here. As Flipheal is about to go and do exactly what Zelga just did, and Zelga's about to do exactly what Flipheal just did.
Yeah, so Flip hasn't been to Hera yet, so he, I think he's just kind of going through like he's gonna go do everything, that's possible. Oh, we're gonna check a floating island that we still cannot get because we don't have a mirror, but it is a good scout. We have a mystery small key that maybe we'll eventually get. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I can add that to the list of things we need to check when we get the mirror. So, because we'll probably, I can't see any reason why we wouldn't pick up the bow there. It's like, even if you find another bow, it's like, well, you can get silvers if you just go here. So, go here then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Now, I guess it's just time to check what it is. We're going to check Flipheal's Parapod here. Oh, 3 attempts there. I'm sorry. The other runner did do it in 2 times.
Oh, well, that's an insurmountable lead. Flipheal obviously doesn't know that, but it's
it's over. Unfortunately, that Herapod has decided the game. Nah, we tease. It's 22 minutes in right now. We're just kind of waiting for someone to do something new and tell us exactly what's going on here. Zelga's about to pick up his Swamp Small. Flipheal's about to pick up his first crystal, and then likely do the Dark World side of Death Mountain as well here.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see if Flipheal will actually do all of this stuff. I mean, I can certainly see him, maybe wanting to skip, like, Spike Cave doesn't have to be. I mean, with the cape, he'll probably do Spike Cave, after all the other stuff, but he doesn't have to, right? I've certainly seen people skip Spiral Cave. If he wants to cut a corner, especially this early, he is certainly more than welcome to do so. But you're kind of right, though. There's not really much we can do right now in terms of like being able to full clear something, right? Like we have pieces, for dungeons, but nothing that we can really take it, like take anything to completion.
No. That's kind of why we don't see anyone making a play that's not just, well, guess I'm going to keep doing overworld checks here. And I mean, first floor of Thieves Town is effectively an overworld check. And, also going into Skullwoods and stuff like that. Like, there's a couple of little things, but like, it's going to get into that point where you go, so do I need to go into Eastern? Yeah, Zelga's really yanking on that gate.
I know. Well, I mean, sometimes you gotta really exert. I mean, with this top 16, you really gotta put on. You gotta bring your A game.
Oh, definitely. They put some super glue on those gates there. Make sure that you really gotta want it. Right? If you're top 16, you gotta want this. As at some point here, it looks like Zelga finds a Master Sword, a Pod Small, and $300 in Thieves Town. There we go, Malkir. That's why we have people who are, really quite good at doing this here. Hopefully, probably looks like Malkir just got a little bit ahead of us there, but we don't mind. It's all good.
No, we're all good. We're all good. No, exactly. We'd rather have accurate information than no information, so.
There's $300.
Yeah, and you did mention, by the way, front floor of Thieves Town basically is just like overworld. I absolutely agree with you. We are seeing in this case, the feature of having low health, or hopefully you didn't find too many heart containers or pieces or armor for that matter before you find the mirror, because sometimes getting out of these dungeons can be pretty tedious. Right, you gotta, especially, your Thieves Town big key chest check. The last one you get, it's a heart piece, and you've already taken all this damage, and then you get a heart refill, and then you gotta, work your way down again.
Yeah. All right. Well, Compass 2 pod here is we're gonna take a quick peek up here and see exactly if there is something on Bumper Cave as Flipheal's getting his 3 keys, and that's helpful.
Yeah, I think that's pretty worth it. Sometimes, even if you see some nicer things, like half magic, maybe, I don't know if armor is tempting for some people, but I mean, like you pick up a sword. Anything else, unless it's like maybe like a medallion you're not quite sure about, a fetch quest or something like that. I mean, but like a sword is probably at this point, especially for Zelda for Tempered Sword. Yeah, you're picking that up.
So 4 hearts plus cape. Oh, plus a green pot. Yeah, so
apparently
that
has a green
Flipheal's
potion.
Totally fine then. Yeah, okay. I missed the green pot there. Because I was like, 4 hearts is close. Are we? Yeah, we're gonna burn the green pot here. Okay, that makes sense. Because I think if he hook shots and starts lifting the thing, because you don't get hurt while you're lifting, you will get hurt immediately once you once you're there, but yeah, anyway, it was nothing, so.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right though. Like, so I think 4 hearts with hookshot and cape is enough, but it's pretty tight, and I think people, accurately recognize that I think he took too much time, right before trying to lift the rock, right? So I think, and he did it. Yeah, I think he made the right decision in order to.
Flipheal, what you doing there, bud? Yeah, you already did that. As we get
I was like, do we need a houlihan? No, we don't need a houlihan, right? Okay.
Yeah, I was very curious there for a second, but either way, we're all good there. As Zelga's gonna pick up half magic out of Pinball Room, and then he's gonna go hug some poisonous mummies. And
that's right. They're quite poisonous. Yeah. Yeah, he unfortunately kind of killed his ride out of the dungeon with the hand, so we just had to, improvise. Nice sync heart in Kingston.
Yep. And we got the Hera Big there out of Skull Woods. So with both guys going ahead and Hera potting there, we're just going to be kind of leaving that one chest, which again, we're still haven't found anything to clear yet. And that one chest is starting to look a little bit like, oh, is this going to be a thing?
Yeah, maybe. Wait, I don't know if we got a sick kit check. It is a big key though to ooh,
okay.
Swamp Palace. Okay.
Yeah. That's an interesting one, and it looks like Zelga has put the dots together and gone, well, I've probably got like 3 green squares left on a tracker here, so I think we're just gonna head this way.
Yeah, maybe. Now, I did notice though, like we do have a Bombos medallion, we do have myths and a big key to Ice Palace. That is one potential option, maybe. Now, that being said, we don't have the Key to Samaria, and it'll take forever to clear that place out. So I don't know, maybe you want to wait on it?
Yeah, you probably do want to wait on it. You don't have flippers yet either.
True, we don't have flippers.
So with it not kind of being in logic, that it feels, I don't know, feels weird to go into that right now. Like you know, it's a not a bad play necessarily, because you could theoretically come back, turn in green pendant and everything, but you're right on without the King of Samaria, it's going to take some time.
Yeah, time is one of those things where it is probably the most precious commodity that we have. You can't really get the time back, like once you've already spent it.
That is how we judge who wins these.
Ooh, okay, I'm learning.
Style points.
I'm learning.
Style points is not a thing yet.
It should be. We should maybe we can pitch that to the admins for 2025. What do you think?
You should get single time Hera pot there is minus 5 seconds or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can have commentators, in chat, exactly, judge. Ike's got the right idea. How well they executed. What means they decided to to commit to. This is not a meme for the record, but I do, this is also has been pointed out that Zelga, as he was running out, of Saha, I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna probably go to Eastern now, and then he literally took the longest route to go to Blue Spot 5. He literally ran there, and then now here we are pod,
Yep. At some point, this is kind of, if you're deciding that you're gonna do 3-key pod over over Eastern here, I mean, it does kind of make sense in a way, I suppose. Here, we're gonna burn this key here. We are gonna burn the key up the front. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, we open the front door and we open the door to the key chest, which is 6 pod key locked, and we find the ice rod. Wow. Okay, that's quite a find.
That's interesting. How about the King of Samaria, though, at Hammer Pigs? I don't think Zelga did that.
No. Zelga, he came from the south because he admits. I guess Flipheal, Flipheal, I guess, didn't have them at the time, so he came from the north or the village. But so Zelga didn't, I don't think, want to commit to any of the Smith chain, especially without the mirror. Probably because he wanted to go do something else. But Flipheal, given that he hasn't really done that south section, had the option of kind of doing that, and yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it's a very nice payoff.
Yeah, no, that's a great one there. I mean, and at this point, that's where I think if you're Flipheal, you especially considering the direction that he is currently frozen in, he's likely picking up his tempered sword, right?
Yes.
And they're going into Ice Palace makes a lot more sense, because you're gonna have what you're gonna have.
That's a great point. Yeah,
you're gonna have everything you want to go into Ice Palace. You got to do Ice Palace at some point there. I mean, if you had a flute, you'd be even more willing to go down there, because then flute spot 8, and then doing your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easy.
All right, we are gonna see. Yeah, Flip, you'll probably finish up the rest of the stuff that we saw Zelga do earlier. You know, kind of explore the front of Skull Woods. We do have we have a nice small key. Speaking of, did you say something about a flute? In
Yeah, it's
pod?
right there.
No,
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
right
perfect,
there
exactly, yeah.
in pod. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
behind 4 pod keys though, so unfortunately he's gonna have to put that back and not use it for the rest of the tourney.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. We are very honest rando players, right? We've definitely never sequence broken anything. As we're probably sequence breaking like probably half the things we're doing right now. Sequence breaks.
All right, and we are gonna take a second here, and we're gonna set up our hammer yump to get across here. As I think, mistakes were made.
I don't really know. I mean, this is maybe a little bit more of an indecision. You know, Bon Zelga side maybe couldn't get quite the lineups right, but yeah, it was not looking good. You are on a timer on that bridge room, or you know, falling bridge room. So
Yeah, it looked like that was one of those cases where, unfortunately, he's going to have to forfeit those style points he got for the single hammer yump there. Single, not hammer yump, but the other trick, the Hera pot. There we go. It started with an H.
That's right. You know, tomato, right? You know, type of thing.
Something.
It's basically like it's basically the same dungeon.
Exactly.
They all involve bomb jumps of some kind, you know. That's all that really matters. Okay, what else?
One's flat, one's tall. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like a short stack versus a a giant pancake.
Oh man, we're gonna start talking about food again.
I know. Well, I know it's like your breakfast time. I in theory have had dinner.
I have a salad next to me today, so we're all good here. I'm just waiting for these guys to finish before I can eat this salad.
That's true. That's true. You're right, hey, guys. Hey, hurry up, okay? You know we got things to eat, okay?
Exactly. I got to eat before I actually spend my day doing my job. I suppose.
Like teaching English.
Yeah.
But you could teach English here too.
Yeah, I could. But I like it here. It's weird even. Do occasionally very interesting decisions incorporating martial law and stuff like that. But it's not a politics podcast. This is a link to the past randomizer thing where we're going to see Flipheal make a giant first move here into Eastern as Zelga is playing the song of his people to pop a little birdie out of a wooden bird. Don't ask how that works.
You know, that's just magic, exactly. I was just thinking that. We have got magic everywhere.
There's magic everywhere. Gotta start singing a Disney song now.
Yeah, magic bat, magic powder, magic flute.
Magic flutes, that's, you know what, now that you think about it, that does make a little bit more sense here. All right, we're going to get equal keys there. We're gonna also now go flute and turn this mushroom in real fast and get our super valuable map.
I don't even know if Flipheal picked this up. Maybe he did.
Oh yeah.
No, I think he did. Right? Yeah. It was GT map.
Super early. It was like the first thing he did. Yeah.
That's right.
I remember hearing you talking about that while I was messing with microphones and Windows updates and all that amazing stuff.
No, Windows updates are terrible. It doesn't seem like it discriminates from where you are in the world. They're all equally terrible. So
you're basically anytime you get a Windows update, you're going, okay, so how broken is this going to make my computer? All right, that's your bomb boost. Get into Misery Mire there. We have everything else that we need to beat that if you combine Zelga and Flipheal's current state there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hammer pegs is looking like it might be a thing there, Miss Mouse.
Yeah, the hammer pegs for Flipheal was definitely very big getting, especially it looks like when Zelga's going into Mire without some right. Now we don't have the big key, so at least it's probably gonna be double dip maybe for Flip as well. I did notice though, I think Dark Shana is maybe tracking Flipheal, or it could be Valkyr. I did see an Ether medallion light up on Flipheal's side of the tracker. So that is an Eastern. That I believe that was our Turtlerock tree as well, coupled with Samaria.
And we do have a Mire Big though on Zelga at some point.
Oh, we do have a Mire Big on Zelga. Oh, okay, my mistake.
Was that in pod or something?
Oh, that could. Oh, that's
anyway. Zelga can check quite a few things, but he's not able to finish this dungeon. He'll be able to do everything else, including the 3 key locked side, which I mean, I assume he
Guess
just
we're going
does with 2 keys.
Maybe.
I think
yeah.
one of them is locked behind 6 pod keys, but like at some point, you're here. Just do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when, like you're kind of running out of places, like, good or bad places that kind of, open to you. So, especially, and there's only, especially if you're only 1 key away from actually being in logic, you probably just do it. We have fire source. Granted, it is the lamp and not the fire rod, so things will be a little bit slower, but, it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to do, the actual, like, what am I saying? The actual the cutscene chest there. I mean, okay, that's an argument you can make there because it's slow and again not in logic yet. So it's as skips go, that one's defensible, even though it kind of seems maybe a little excessive at times. I don't know.
It is certainly one of the more common ones that I've seen people skip in 80 keys, or really like any type of like full clear mode. That being said, though, do you remember what we found in six pod key lot, big key chest and pod? We found the ice rods. I mean, so just because it's not logic yet, could be that it's in logic.
Oh right, there was the Meyer key. All right, well, how about a pod? Wait.
Oh my god.
Huh?
There's a pod key.
Huh? Wait, what? Huh? Wait, was that not a Meyer key in behind 6 pod keys?
Is it 4 keys?
No,
it's 6 keys, right? 6 keys for Dark Maze.
Yeah, it's 6 keys for Dark Maze.
Right,
That was in Dark Maze, wasn't it?
Okay, we're gonna verify. I thought it was also Meyer key. We're gonna verify on flip side what key that was in Dark Maze. I thought it was also Meyer key too. We'll ask. We'll see what these things are.
Yeah. As being confused by this game is something that happens quite often. So I am assuming I saw something wrong at some point, and there's some sort of weird Meyer Big is the first chest of pod.
Yeah, it was a shooter room. Yeah, so that's where Zelga got
Yeah, that's Meyer Big,
yeah.
But we're talking the Meyer Small there. There's a Meyer Small key right now that we're trying to exactly locate because we might not have put that in the right spot here. It's Flipheal using a little bit of bottle magic to move a camera to the side here and get over here and find that he's got a heart container and a compass, but Zelga picking up the fire rod there in the bridge chest of
That's
Meyer.
right. Yeah, I mean, so these are actually really interesting finds for both Flipheal and Zelga because they're like the 2 very different advantages, right? So Flipheal has Cane of Samaria from Hammer Pegs, and so coupled with the big key to Meyer, right? While we don't flippers necessarily put Ice Palace completely in logic, like we have 2 beatable dungeons, right, that we can go do on Flipheal side. Now Flip. As is looking, he's not spending his key to get big key chest, which is Ice Rod. I don't know who's going to be later to want, to each other's like respective items that they're missing. But I mean, like once Zelga gets, once Zelga gets Samaria, there are some, like the Ice Rod is something you would definitely rather have, right? Because it doesn't lock anything, right? And so you don't want to be searching the world for it. But then again, Hammer Pegs without, given, how early Zelga left it, may not be very accessible to him.
Yeah,
and I don't, and maybe Flip will come back with a bow, another pod key, and then we'll just full clear out the entire dungeon soon,
That I think that's Flipheal's plan is to do that here. As we're gonna, so he's got 2. Maybe I'm wrong here, and this wasn't a Meyer key because Flipheal's already got 2 Meyer keys. So I must have seen this key wrong up here. Because that wouldn't make any.
Skull key. Okay. All right, everything makes a lot of sense now.
There we go. All right. Commentators, we pay attention to everything, we promise.
For this particular stream, we have plausible deniability. All right, I'm just saying.
Okay, you're right. All right, that's fair. It's not my fault.
It's my first day.
This is my first day.
That's right.
Quack,
very nice
quack.
moth kill on Zelga's side. A couple of, well behaved, a couple of sword slashes, and here we are. We got our 3rd crystal, making some good progress.
Yep. Flipheal gonna activate his flute here, and then has options. and things that can be done with that amazing flute plus the Cane of Samaria, and has everything that he can do to just go and beat Meyer right now. And that's going to be where he ends up going here. So he'll get this Fire Rod, and probably more importantly, unless, disaster strikes, which I don't expect him. I don't expect disaster to strike here. I think we'll be seeing a Vitreous take down pretty quickly.
Yeah, and of course, Flip is a very talented NMG runner, so having Tempered Sword and more than like 6 hearts basically, I think is already pretty.
He's got more than 6 hearts. He's fine.
Yeah. he should be good. Ooh, Zelda with a very nice splash delete. We don't have the bow, which is like the more common one, but hey, we do have a red boomerang, and those sparkles, they absolutely count as sprites.
Yep. That sparkles plus the timing there of just throwing a couple of bombs, dropping a couple of bombs, and then throwing your boomerang straight down there makes that a splash delete surprisingly easy.
It looks hard, but I mean, I'll definitely take your word for it. We have a very out of logic Smolky to Hera, by the way.
Okay.
Has flippers locked.
Okay.
So we do know the flippers can't be there.
Nope, flippers cannot be there. That's one thing that we can, if we're getting into that point where we need flippers to get into Swamp Palace, we know that they cannot be there. And,
yeah,
which is kind of nice considering how slow that check is. So.
Yeah, but very resourceful though for Zelga, because we don't have flippers, so yes, this is out of logic. We know we'll get the flippers eventually, because certainly it's all dungeons. We got to go beat these dungeons. Now that being said, though, being able to splash delete and take a shortcut, otherwise, as you mentioned, we can flip to spot 8. And then you kind of swim over fake flipper, but then like, what do you do about hobo? We don't have the mirror, right? It makes it was a very nice efficiency combination that Zelga did in order to try and rope in hobo, without the mirror.
Right. It's a nice quick way to get through it there. No real problems done. And now, unfortunately for Zelga, he is committing to the long way through here, which Flipheal is going to gain, Flipheal at the very beginning of the game had a couple of unfortunate events there where, he didn't have the money to get to Zora, so he had to kind of spend probably a good 30 seconds to a minute there messing around trying to get the money that he needed. But when it comes back down to it here, having the red cane here has really helped Flipheal out. Like when he was in pod, he was able to drop a block and then just do the I forget the fancy name that we gave that trick, but he dashed through the blocks there in the main room, where Zelga had to do the bonk to the chest, and then all of that. When and one's a little faster than the other.
Yeah, I think that I think it's called stair extension or something
along
those lines. Yeah, but you're absolutely right though.
For 6 months.
Yeah, that's power boots in Samaria, right? But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like even these, Samaria is required, to go beat Meyer, because we gotta, Flip's gonna demonstrate like putting the block on the switch. You need it for Turtle Rock, etc. But they really help in other dungeons, like to help save you time. And you didn't tell me. Because I learned from you, Days, that that's in fact how we measure who wins the race, is who spends the least amount of time clearing all the stuff.
Over time. Oh, Flipheal deciding not to bomb this chest there. Oh my man.
I know,
he's accepting the fire shield.
It's really amazing. Like sometimes, Flipheal, he could be so focused that maybe he doesn't even have time to, get outraged.
That could be it. This is a slightly important thing here, as you mentioned. We are in the top 16. These guys have been playing this game in this tournament for quite a bit of time now.
Yeah, for quite a bit. Yeah. We went through the async phase, or for the qualifiers. We went through all of groups. I think it was 6 matches total per person. You were in a group of 4, and then you would play two matches each from the other person. And then we started round of 64, round of 32, and now we're here, round of 16. It's been a lot of matches, and it's not like, certainly the further you go in the tournament, the harder the matches are going to be. But even I think with the earlier matchups, it wasn't like a cakewalk, You know, you still gotta be able to like play your game. You know, these guys, you know, don't really give you a lot of rope in order to or slack. You know, definitely the fewer mistakes you make, the better you feel. But also like you just can't spare very much anymore.
Oh yeah, definitely. Looks like a quick update from Malkier here is that we found the book here in Ice Palace. So add that to the list of. Well, I mean, add that to the. I think that's really the only interesting thing we found in Ice Palace.
I think you're right though. Yeah, so far there hasn't been a lot of interesting things. We even did see the big chest in Ice Palace, just a heart piece. So you know, it's kind of whatever. We're just glad that we don't have to leave it behind. You know, we can get in one shot because you know, again, like the point is not necessarily is a considered a valuable item or not. Is that you don't have to go back 30 minutes later and spend 3 extra more minutes going to get the big chest in Ice Palace. You know, when you don't know when you're looking for your Castle Tower 2.
All right. Well, Flipheal going ahead and being able to take down Vidi there really quickly. Didn't get anything. I mean, gets a crystal. This is the important thing. Getting a crystal. Only pulled the bug net from Vidi, so it's you know, still yet to be seen exactly what the game wants us to do.
Yeah.
I'm
we're missing...
I'm starting to look suspiciously at Turtle Rock, if I'm honest with you.
Very, very possible. You know, we did pick up the book in Ice Palace. Now, again, we'd need the flippers. So maybe we don't have to, you know, run back over to Ether Tablet quite just yet, because we don't really know what those are. But yeah, you're right, though. With our powers combined, Kena Samaria plus Ether, then you know, actually, well, I guess especially for Flipheal, we can certainly get into Turtle Rock. That being said, we don't have the big key. We do have 2 small keys to get us through.
Yeah. Those 2 small keys will get us fairly deep into the dungeon. Well, I mean, technically, I guess it only really gets you to Crystal Roller Room, really?
Yeah. Because I think the big key chest is locked behind 4 keys, right? Because you can spend a lot of keys, you know, wasting it. But yeah, you can get all the way through. You cannot get to Laser Bridge on logic only. You need 3 keys for that.
Right. I mean, like, you just kind of assume at that point, though, that you know, you'd be stealing the key and going all the way to Crystal Roller Room. Kind of curious to see what Zelga does now here, because going to set up a water.
We're setting a water walk to... Where are we going?
Was there something on the ledge of Zora?
Oh, there might be. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely... There might be something on the ledge.
We didn't see it, right? We weren't able to see it at the time. Because yeah, we got a bomb here, so we're gonna make sure that we set up our thing here.
Yeah, it looks like he's really taking care to not lose his water walk. So because if you end up messing it up, then you actually lose what your stored water walk is, and then you kind of have to start all over. So using the bomb is a more or less like guaranteed way to keep, you know, to be able to fake flipper and succeed.
And Darak Sharna there. I didn't get to mess it up too bad this time, sorry. But he's informing us that there is a big key sitting on Zora Ledge there, because Flipheal saw that earlier and I guess missed it at the time. So for Zelga, yeah, I mean, go pick up this big key real fast, and then I mean, I think you're gonna need to head to the oh, come on, game.
It's okay.
You're gonna need to probably head to
It's like the game knows, you know, the game knows when we want, when we're like staring.
It is the key to Thieves Town, which is actually really good for Zelga, because that's where that's nearby where the red cane is. And yeah, let's just, I feel like that's what you want to start thinking about doing.
I'm wondering actually then how much.
Yeah, he's going to need the red cane. He's going to need ether to kind of point him towards Turtle Rock, if that's where our next set of progression is there. But I mean, it turns out the progression is just, hey, here are the flippers. I mean, I don't know.
I see that we are sequence breaking our way into Desert Palace with those flippers that I'm sure will turn up somewhere. I mean, for what it's worth, they could probably just be on like the blacksmith or like in Purple Chest, which is again pretty terrible. I do think that it's fairly fortunate, at least for Zelga's case, that the mirror was not in Eastern because the mirror could just be here in Desert.
Hi, Mirror. How you doing?
Because that might be very difficult for Zelga to go back to go to Eastern Sword to begin with. If he doesn't have the bow. Now that being said, we are here with the mirror, so that will probably be Zelga's kind of like next stop. Into after Desert.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I do want to point out there both of these runners had extremely fast cold stares. They just put cold stare into the top left corner there. Took him down. Flipheal, I think, took him down faster than Zelga, but even then, we're talking about both of them taking him down super fast. As yeah, we're headed to Moth over on Flipheal's side. Zelga's gonna take this mirror and he's gonna go check what's over here under the rock here in the desert and find out 10 arrows, nothing of interest, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him go pick up that bow very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would expect as well. It looks like Zelga, with the mirror he picked up, and you get these really quick mire area checks that that we couldn't really get to earlier. But yeah, I definitely would expect him to. With the mirror, we can take a faster way to go up to Spec Rock. If he wants to do Hair Big Chest, this is not a bad time to do so. We can also check Ether Tablet as well. Maybe Zelga at this point, yeah, as you mentioned, with the big key to Thieves Town, he's gonna go back in the Village of Outcasts and then do the whole Smith chain, right? Hammer pegs and Smith, and maybe we'll find our flippers in one of those two locations.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like flippers are, I don't know. In my head, flippers are in Turtle Rock. That's what I'm feeling is likely here from just what it is. But yeah, I mean, Smith chain also would make sense. Horrible, annoying sense, but it would also make sense.
Yeah, but finding the mirror, like for Zelga to take the Sequence Broken book and to go to Desert though and find the mirror is a pretty big deal.
Right, definitely. Mirror is unbelievably powerful in this game. It's probably, I mean, we talk about flute, we talk about boots as things you want to be able to, speed up your movement and stuff like that. But mirror also needs to be in that list.
Yeah.
It just makes everything a lot easier for you.
A lot easier, a lot faster. We don't, in fact, with the beer, Zelga doesn't have to, get hit by linoleum tiles 11 times in order to, speed up his exit from Hera Basement, and we can just use the mirror, right out and then. But yeah, I was also thinking, like, one, the book is Sequence Broken, right? Because we don't have the flippers yet, but also two, like, we don't have the Desert Palace big key, so it's not like you can clear the dungeon, right? once you're there.
No,
right? You have to leave. You're only going there really for Desert Right Side and I guess Map Chest and Torch. So.
I mean, the Desert Small was in Hype Cave, so I mean it was just kind of out in the open. So going there early kind of makes sense. We're gonna get blue mail out of the basement. So I mean, you spent some time, but it could be worse. Could be worse.
Yeah. Yeah, we are, by the way, I think Flip is going to actually go up into Turtle Rock as you predicted. We got Ether from Eastern. You really, I mean, especially anything from Eastern, I think, really, especially if you're facing Zelga, you're going to press this as far as you possibly can. So we're going to find out, in this case, if the flippers are actually here. As soon as we go do Hera Basement, as soon as we go do Ether Tablet, excuse me, yes.
Yeah, Ether Tablet, and I wouldn't be so shocked to see him pop into Hera here at the same time, just because you're standing right next to it. Like,
did we do Ether Tablet on Zelga's side?
Yeah, I think we did. I think it was.
Oh, okay. That. Oh, you're right. Yeah, the heart piece. Yeah.
I think it was just that. Zelga making his way into the dark.
I think he wants that small key off of Floating Island. That's my guess.
Oh yeah, right. I was trying to think like, what can he do there, because he can't get into to Hera yet. But yep, he's doing that.
I'm surprised actually. Maybe Zelda wanted to keep this because I mean, so like going into Dark Death Mountain, is it is quite a bit of trek. Maybe if this is a pod key, Zelda would feel a little bit better. But I don't know, like with the bow, given that it's in Hera or like on Spec Rock, excuse me. I don't know. You could just leave after doing Light Death Mountain and then I don't know, go to Eastern, and then you can go. Then you have a whole clearable, dippable dungeon. Oh, it is pod. Okay. Whoa.
Yeah, that doesn't help yet because we don't have for pod. We're looking for big key, right? Like pod, we need big key for pod to get interesting to go back to for both of these runners, right?
Yeah.
The big deal turns into the thing you kind of think about with Flipheal is he chose poorly when he went to pod, and he doesn't currently have the ice rod. So even though he gets to go into Turtle Rock right now and grab whatever it is that is in here, he has no ability to finish this whatsoever.
Now, am I also reading the tracker correctly? We have the TR big key as well.
Do we have the TR big key?
Is that what the tracker says? Or is that the
that is what the tracker says. If we have the TR big key, I do not know where we got it from. Which
Same?
is very easy to believe right now that we don't know where that came from. Flipheal gonna go in this. TR big key was very early, was it? Okay, TR big key was very early. We're being told, and okay, so far no flippers yet. So my call of flippers in TR doesn't not.
I mean, we only check 2 things.
Why yet?
Yeah, right. Yeah, yes. I'm waiting for him. Don't worry. But yeah, you bring up a very good point though. Like Flip didn't want to spend his last pod key, and especially that early. And I very much understand. I think Zelda probably did. Just make that very conscious decision to open Big Key chest when he was in the front and have him via ice rod. If Flip. That's Pal's Big Key. That's actually really good then for Flip because he's gonna be able to get his mirror now because with that book. But yeah,
right.
Like if he finds a Desert Pal, if he finds another TR small key though without the ice rod, like you're right. Like there is no chance of him finding the ice rod here, but because TR small key, like you can potentially full clear this dungeon. You can just actually you can beat Trine X. So.
I mean, and having to make this run all the way back up here to do whatever is not the greatest. And there's
oh my gosh, hilarious. Oh.
Wait, so our flippers actually
flippers?
Our flippers on our boys here?
On Armos? Maybe.
Yeah.
This is gonna be hilarious.
Are they on Armos here now? I mean, we can still go to we can still go. 2 more chests into TR here.
That's true.
So I mean, it's not locked down yet that they're just sitting over here, but yeah, I don't know. Like, because I mean, it's starting to look like that bow is the way that you had to get your you had to get that mirror because you have to get the bow to get a flippers because you need the flippers to get to the book to get to the everything. And
yeah, exactly.
It's a giant mess. It's a pretzel at the very least.
Pretzel? Ooh, I like pretzels.
Oh, we're going back to food, okay? Everybody, have a good day.
I've always wondered what Korean pretzels are. You're right, okay, we can stay on topic. You're right. Zelga is going to show us a potential location for where these flippers can be, yes. But yeah, the mirror is definitely flipper slot because the book was in Ice Palace. And so we need something at this point to kind of put everything that we're doing here in logic. There are the flippers and TR big chest, but yeah, actually with 2 TR keys is in logic, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, that's in logic. That's in logic right there. That explains exactly what the game has wanted us to do, was to come to TR, which makes sense when you put everything together. So I feel like, I mean, if this wasn't going to make Flipheal want to go to Desert immediately after this, oh wow, nice timing there. I didn't know you could squeeze through there. Yeah, I would be shocked if he doesn't just go to Desert immediately after this.
Yeah, well, he can also go to Eastern for what it's worth if he wants to, just do Eastern as a one-off. I mean, but I think you do, I think it's also very reasonable if you try and combine this, with try and wait for your pot big key, right, and then try to wait out for that mirror and combine Eastern and pod together. I can also see that.
Right.
But yeah, like Desert is a very high chance play at this point. There's a small key to this dungeon on Laser Bridge.
I was wondering if that would be the case. That being a thing in here.
All
right, so that pretty much guarantees, and there's our second Castle Tower key, so that eliminates the most annoying option. But for that kind of guarantees that when Zelga does make his way to TR, it's a one and done for him. Well, I mean, lava chest. Lava chest notwithstanding, right?
Yeah. Ooh, Zelga, though,
speaking of not one and dones here, we're gonna have both runners converging here on Castle Tower. It looks like, but Flipheal will be able to complete it, where Zelga's not going to.
Yeah, and looks like actually Zelga, he is just getting the first and second chest of Castle Tower, and combined with Pyramid because he has the mirror. Flipheal, he saw a clearable dungeon that he's willing to do right now. And he's just gonna go beat Aga. This is all dungeons, so we do need to have to beat it immediately. Sometimes people like to wait for it. Ideally, if you can do this in go mode, and just do this right before Ganon, you get a nice health refill. You run out the pyramid. It's all really convenient. That being said, this is 80 keys, so there are 2 checks in Castle Tower that we haven't seen.
Yep. Time to do them. Yeah, for Flipheal, this is a little bit of an advantage. It does allow you to, as long as you can remember. Well, for Flipheal, actually, he doesn't have the mirror yet, so he doesn't have to worry about the save and quit shenanigans that can happen here. But yeah, he'll hopefully remember that without any problem. I don't think he'll have too much of an issue, if I'm honest.
Yeah, should be. Yeah.
But I mean, it does happen to everyone, so at least once.
Oh yeah. You can't call yourself a rando player unless actually a lot of these things have happened to you.
Yeah. Just like, oh, I forgot, I picked that up, didn't I? Oh, okay, whoopsie. All right, Flipheal making fast work of this Aga climb really quickly here.
This is probably one of the places where, especially like very skilled NMG runners, just like the GT climb, as well, is just more or less like purely execution based, right? There's not a lot of like puzzle-y. You're like, oh, you do this room, like this way, you go through this dungeon this way. It is just can you play the game well, type of thing. Now that being said, Flipheal does have Temper Sword and a bunch of extra hearts and Fire Rod, all this stuff. He doesn't have for NMG, but you can certainly see, also, Flipheal, Zelga, like their execution. Look at that distance days for Aga. Holy cow.
So you were saying he plays NMG?
Yes. Holy frick. Dude, the head is like almost at the torch level. That's a very nice. That's a fridge picture right there. No. We'll have to make sure we crop that one and send it to him here afterwards. Just say, yep, you at the very least, win or lose this, you got to be proud of that. Exactly. Or as we were talking about earlier with style points. I mean, that's where. Oh yeah. See, you got to give some massive props for that one.
All right, Zelga, what are you gonna do here now?
He has like avoided Thief's Town so much. He got the Thief's Town big key on Zora Lunch, right? And then he has done like literally everything else
with
before
that mirror
coming back
even.
to this place.
Yeah, with that mirror even, to just go ahead and like take down the entire Smith chain in about like 10 seconds as well, which there. So Zelga must have right now. He must have the Ether Medallion, right? Because he went through Eastern Palace.
Yeah,
so
he does. Yeah, he went through Eastern.
Ether Medallion. So like here in just a minute, he's gonna get his Turtle Rock care package basically, and then he can add that to the dungeons that he can theoretically complete.
Yeah, and Zelga, as you mentioned before, he has the Ice Rod from Pod Big Key Chest. He made the conscious decision to go get that early when he was in Pod the first time, and so we all know, right, that there's a Pod key, a small key of this dungeon on Laser Bridge. Maybe Zelga can kind of, reasonably guesstimate, that there's a small key in this dungeon, just like Pod, that he can all get it. But that being said, he would feel a lot better if he could go up there with Samaria and the third Pod, TR small key. I'm sure he feels great,
right,
by the
right.
way, finding that Kena Samaria right there on Hammer Picks. By
It's just
great, I
like,
mean completely like, oh god, I'm so behind.
yeah, just that amazing moment of, well, this is the one thing that I just kind of left here ages ago. I could have had this, 40 minutes ago, and oh no, oh
Yeah,
no.
oh no, oh no, no, no. Dark
I,
Shadow, by the way, pointing out we have 6 blue balls, really? Thanks, Gabe.
See, that's why I never pay attention to that stupid fight. It's just like, and we're doing the Aga fight. Is Flipheal going to die in that fight? Of course not.
No, of course not, yes.
Of
In
course
fact,
not.
actually, yeah, there actually has been a little bit of chatter, nothing anything major, for 80 modes, right, where you have to do AGA, to basically just fix the blue balls to be 0, because, as you said, right, like, it's one of those rooms where, like, yeah, what is the blue ball, increase, like, adding value-wise, right? Everyone's gonna have to do it, and as you say, you're probably not going to die, right? It's going to be some very, like, minimal, time consequence if you, do.
Did
if
he
you
lose
just
the
remove
blue?
them.
Oh, okay, no, he does have the purple chest. Wow, that was really close. I thought Zelga might have lost that, but yeah, no. Honestly, if that would be something that I would be massively in favor of for sure. All right, so let's see what's under this under the ground here. It is that small key to Thieves Town. That will make Zelga very much want to go to Thieves Town, I think, at this point.
Finally, right? Because we don't have the flippers yet, right, Zelga? So we
Yeah,
can't
well, I
do
mean, for
swamp.
yeah, for him, like the game still doesn't make sense, but like at this point, the game cannot make sense, but he can also just go ahead and full clear a dungeon. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
forget sense at this point.
Yeah, if I were Zelga's shoes, I would be like, where the heck are my flippers? If they're right here, though, for what it's worth, the purple chest, like Zelga, certainly has scored quite well because he can just hop back in his portal, and do Swamp Palace, Bombo's Tablet, like, again, you can make, that being said, though, they're not. So we're gonna have to come back to Swamp another time.
Yeah, I'm thinking right now, Zelga's just had a bit of an advantage in some way. Like, okay, yeah, he didn't get that red cane, but that red cane, where it's sped up like Flipheal going through Ice Palace and a little bit in Pod, it unfortunately meant that he went into Turtle Rock, which, good. He'll be able to go through Desert the first time without any issue. Oh, you know what? And I think about it. Zelga did have to come in here. So yeah, I don't know. Like, both runners have had their own kind of goofy difficulties with these. Nobody's hit a God route today. So like,
oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know who you would really give. I part of me gives the advantage to Zelga just because going through Turtle Rock is slower than having to come back to Mire, I think.
And there's kind of like no real. Right, I think the path to Flipheal's Ice Rod is more difficult than some of these like double dips that that Zelgas have to make. Right? Yes, yeah, we do have to come back to Mire, so it'll be like a net time. But it's more of like a fixed time, as in like, yeah, we're coming back, we're just gonna go beat the boss, right? And that's like, I don't know, 3 minutes, right, total, something like that. But for Flip, when are you gonna go back to Pod? That's the question, right? Because you would rather deal. You mentioned before, you want to go back with the Pod Big Key. Do we know the Pod's a pendant? Because if that Pod Big doesn't show up anytime soon, we ain't getting that Ice Rod,
Yeah, true. And welcome into SpeedGaming 3 here, who's coming in with a nice fat raid there. You're watching the Link to the Past randomizer tournament. We got Flipheal, we got Zelga. This is the top 16. So hope you guys are having a good time here as Zelga's making his way through Misery Mire here to, after having to come here early, he's making his way to go and finish off Vidi here. Everything else has been taken care of. So, man, it's been an interesting run so far here. We'll call it that much.
Oh yeah, and definitely, and I believe also, also by default, I don't know if any real random runner, during a race really feels like, like I'm doing great, I've hit the God routes, they're more thinking like, how far behind am I, compared to my opponent, which, it may not be completely unreasonable, both for Flipheal and Zelga's personal perspectives.
Well, actually, looking at it right now, we're tied up on crystals. Flipheal actually does have Castle Tower completed though, so that's something that he's got ahead of Zelga here. He's also making his way quickly to what's it called? Thieves Town, and Zelga's going to join him as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Flipheal made a separate trip to do Dig Spot, which of course got got his teeth in small. Yeah, as you mentioned, right, having finally the big key. That's Flipheal knows is in logic, and having the small key is we're gonna be able to I mean there's no more input. Like how much more could you possibly want in order to motivate you to go do Thieves Town?
Yeah, no, I mean at this point it's just you're into the late stages of this kind of race at this point. Like right now, really what we're looking for is the pod big. Like other than that, we know between the two runners, we as commentators know everything. You know, each of them are still kind of missing something. There's not been really any, like the biggest thing for right now is if that pod big is very kind of easier for Flipheal, like things get better. Because if the worst case scenario for Flipheal is a pod big on Trinex.
Oh yes, that would be very, very, very bad. Flipheal like
that is game over.
That, yeah.
It's just game over at that point because you'd clear Swamp, you'd clear everything else. That's game over for Flipheal, and that's when you just shrug your shoulders and go, "Game's a jerk sometimes." You know, but if it's anywhere else, Flipheal's still, quite possibly is even in the lead right now. It's so close though that it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, right. Right now, like kind of the outstanding things. By the way, have we picked up any pendants besides Ice Palace that we knew about, which is green?
Oh no! Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, I mean, just if that pot 6 doesn't show up, I don't know, because right now, like, we don't know if Turtle Rock is a pendant or crystal. Like, if it's a crystal, then we've got this. We've at least got a shot, at Flipheal going back to pot. But if Turtle Rock and pot are both pendants, I don't know. I'm a little scared. We have to go and search the GT.
Considered that. Now I'm very interested all of a sudden in what is blind going to drop here. We have pod 6 on Zelga. Okay, we have pod 6 on Zelga here. Don't ask me where we got it. It happened. All right, so blind. What are you going to drop here? You gonna make things very interesting very quickly? Well, we're gonna get a mirror shield. And it's crystal.
You see Flip Bob?
You had the bomb ready. You had the bomb ready.
That's right.
That's quality stuff right there. Having that bomb ready.
You gotta commit. This is your personality. I very much do appreciate it. And we got the point of also the mirror shield is that you cannot get a picket to get rid of the shield for you. In fact, actually, I believe during Pilot Spoiler, again, one of the more, sillier things that Flipheal did as a runner is that, whenever Wurfjig, his pilot, got him a shield, like, he would just go to Skull Woods and he would just get the picket to eat the shield and then go about his business.
I ain't dealing with this thing. Get this thing out of here. For people who just came in, flippers are sitting in the big chest of Turtle Rock right now. I think you're going to be seeing them here pretty quick as Flipheal is making his way into Desert Palace. He's going to get his goodies out of here. Zelga on the other side, though, is likely going to go and finish Turtle Rock here. And again, this is where we start asking, what are the pendants here? We now know that Desert is a crystal, which we already knew, I guess. We have a chance of pendants in Pod and Turtle Rock, also in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, those are the last. Yeah, we have 3 outstanding dungeons that we don't know the prizes for, and we have 2 pendants. So we're gonna have to see. Like, I mean, so once in this case, Zelga does have. Zelga's gonna get his flippers from, as you mentioned, Turtle Rock Big Chest, and he's gonna find the Happy question mark news that there is a small key to this dungeon on Laser Bridge, for Zelga, so he will be able to beat to a rock. He doesn't know that now.
Yep. He's gonna be able to full clear this dungeon. He's going in right now, going, thinking that maybe not. And Flipheal picking up the map to Pod there that was on the Desert Torch, which is actually really.
I would like to
really
know
big information right now.
Yeah, I would like to know if Desert is a not Desert, if Pod is a crystal or pendant, because I mean, once you see any of these pendant dungeons where you don't really have the big key for, like, you're kind of in GT mode, like you just try to beat all your crystals and then go search for your big keys in GT, right? Because there's like 27 total locations, where your big key can be, and that's by far like the most densest location, right? Especially this late in the game.
Oh yeah. That's you're putting all your money on that.
Mm-hmm.
But
if it's a crystal.
Speaking of GT keys.
Oh, that's the small GT. Mm-hmm.
And we've got everything we need for every key we need for GT as well. So.
Yeah, and this is right. And speaking of GT, right? This is like one of those seeds where you already have like both your Castle Tower smalls. You have the GT big key. Like we could potentially avoid the whole tower.
Theoretically.
Potentially.
Yeah, if it depending on what pops up where, but I think in the next couple of minutes here, we're gonna know everything we need to know here.
Mm-hmm.
It really comes down to, is our last crystal Turtle Rock? Then I think Flipheal might be in a better state. If its last crystal is Swamp Palace, I think at that point you got to get really nervous for Flipheal.
Yeah.
But again, this is game one. They're gonna play best of 3 at the least. So losing game 1, while not what you want to do, is not a death sentence by any means. You can still you can still come back from that there, and I believe both of these guys are gonna have a bit of fun here, as we're getting reminded here by our trackers that hey, one fun little thing that we've got is our Pyramid Fairy is now open. So
this is exactly what Flipheal's doing. So
yeah, that might be where Flip is going.
Yeah, we're gonna check Pyramid in combination with Pyramid Fairy, because Flip doesn't. Ooh, all right.
It's a crystal. Pod's a crystal.
It is a crystal. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dude, which means then for Swamp. That's
likely Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Swamp seems good. Pyramid Fairy also seems good. Trinex doesn't seem good because that would be 4 TR keys, but.
Well, I think this is good news for Flip, because the Pod Big has to be outside of GT, right? So once, in this case, if he gets the Pod Big, he'll go get his Ice Rod from Pod, and then I think we can just climb, right?
Yeah.
After TR?
You bring up a good point that the at this point the climb for GT is just go. There's no messing around in the basement at all. You walk in and then you're flying up the tower here, so you don't have to look for a single thing right now. Everything is good. Like for in Zelga's mind right now, he's still looking for Castle Tower. He just got his flippers, so he'll be excited about that. But Castle Tower is here on Laser Bridge, along with his key to finish this dungeon.
That's right. To finish, yeah. And you do bring up Lava Chest, Big Key Chest. Pod Big is there. We're gonna just cry. Because I mean, like, if TR is a pendant, if TR is a pendant, now we know that from Flip's map check, is that last TR small key is in. Oh no, I guess
I would be stunned if that TR well, we only need 3. We do have. No, it can't be in GT, can it? Yeah,
well,
now that you mention it.
Like, the last TR small can be in GT. If the Pod Big is in Lava Chest, though, it cannot be in GT. Because
right. Yeah, when you put it that way, right. Yeah, because I guess this key in of itself is this Ice Rod is kind of terrible. There, it's in there as it's in Pod in the big key chest, and Flipheal chose poorly. To answer the question there. when they both went in with 3 keys. So Flipheal is, yeah, I don't know how to judge this game still. It's kind of awkward. we're waiting to see. Flipheal's got some advantages here, but like we're still trying to figure out where the pod big key is here, and it's not turned up yet. Or it has turned up yet.
Of all the chests that we couldn't see in Swamp.
The one that we couldn't see.
It's pod big. Okay, well then.
So everybody, you'll have to trust this here, but our tracker is saying that the pod big key was in that chest that we did not see.
Wait, so was Flip still opening chests then? He doesn't need anything else, does? Oh no, he doesn't know about the ice rod. Right. We know about the ice rod. He does not know where the ice rod is. Okay. Okay, so this will be another potential point of decision for Flipheal.
Oh, nearly got the 0.
Almost, yeah. But yeah, he doesn't like. I don't know if he's gonna go back to the left side swamp when Zelga comes here and he finds pod big in swamp big chest. He will be in go mode, and Zelga will blaze through the rest of the seed. Now that being said, though, Zelga still has Cast Tower to do. That Flipheal already has done, but Flipheal still has to do all Turtle Rock again.
Yep.
Zelga's already done. So
Zelga would be in go mode if he goes to swamp here first. Now going here, Zelga's. Yeah, I think it's fair to say. Wait, hold on, Flip. Where are you gonna go? You gonna go to 5? If you go to 5, I think he's in the lead for sure. That's 5.
Yeah, so Flip has pod to finish, and he has Turtle Rock to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, both of them have to do the GT climb. So Zelga has, looking at the tracker, we have 3 dungeons.
Yeah, it's
4 dungeons that Zelga has to go do.
Flipheal has just been flying. I guess it's like, yeah, it's Flipheal has been flying here. I guess it was really hard to tell there for the longest time, but now I kind of feel a little silly because it does look like Flip is quite a distance ahead.
I actually really thought
how did this happen?
Pretty close,
exactly?
Right? I don't know because suddenly I'm looking down at the tracker. I'm like, well, Flipheal only has pod left, and he has like the rest, and he has 1 TR trip in, right? Like, other than that, like, yeah, is that it?
For Flipheal, he just has to run to Trinex, which I mean, yeah, not the best, but like, Zelga's in go mode the moment he goes into Swamp Palace, pretty much, but then he's still going to. I mean, I know Flip is still quite a distance ahead right now.
Yeah, right. So, and Zelga's probably not going to do anything outside of the path. Like he finished Desert, right? Because there's a guaranteed item on Lamos, which could be his pod big, right? So he's definitely going to go get that first before kind of going into Swamp and then making the decision, like, how much am I going to, like, full clear? Like, do I have to make a decision about left side Swamp? Because Zelga's history with left side Swamps especially has been atrocious. So, he does not want to do that. But now here we are.
The other thing that we have to remember is that with Flip having Castle Tower done, once he climbs GT, the game's over for him.
Yeah. And also,
so like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. I was even thinking like, so when Flip went up to, when Flip is gonna go up to Turtle Rock, and then go beat GT, right? That's gonna be 1 mountain trip. Like Zelga, like Zelga's not gaining any extra time over Flipheal by beating Turtle Rock the first time. Right? He still has to go up to GT, another mountain trip time as well. Did you know that the hook shot does not work on Helmasaur? Just
it was a valiant attempt. But either way, yeah, the Helmasaur is going to be down here very quickly, and then yeah, this is this. He was getting hook speed. Is that what it was?
We'll go with that.
Yeah, sure.
The forest stairs.
We're gonna go with that versus the other option of I slightly clicked the wrong thing. It's fine.
Yeah, but this really is. I mean, like I really didn't realize that Flip was really like basically 2 dungeons ahead.
No, it didn't seem like it there. I mean, because I guess that ice rod location there probably fooled us a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think maybe
wait, did he picked it up, didn't he? He did. Wait.
Oh my
He's going
gosh,
to
he's
GT.
gonna go. He's searching GT for the ice road. Holy frick! Oh
He
no!
skipped it.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
I mean, this is okay. This is totally like reasonable for him because again, you have how many?
Yeah, no, this makes
slow
sense.
checks in pod. Versus
Yeah, no,
like
that makes
27
sense, but
locations.
oh,
Oh
is
my
it gonna
gosh,
kill
dude.
him?
Oh my gosh! Oh.
Oh, I was not.
We
even,
know too much information, Days. There the saying "ignorance is bliss."
Yeah.
Sometimes it's true. Oh,
Yeah. No kidding.
No.
I just assumed that on his way to get to, when you're down an ice route, I not opening the pod chest. The pod big chest. I understand that completely, but like I just assumed you would get the one up front. I didn't think he would. I didn't think he would skip it.
It's not a pre-check, like I can understand, getting maybe like shooter room, right? If you haven't already gotten that, chances are you've already gotten that, but it's still a non-trivial time commitment. But that being said, though, maybe you're willing to take it, versus like if it's there, how much time have you spent? I don't know, like 50 seconds, maybe 45 seconds to get that versus the 5 minutes that you can save yourself basically for the climb. Or for the
I'm trying to
search.
think for Flipheal, like, how does this? Is there a way back? Here it's. Yeah, I don't know.
He is on a timer. Rough. Like, yeah. So Zelga still has a lot of game to play. I don't know if this is gonna be enough though, because he has to do pod. He has to do Castle Tower, and then he has to do pod and Castle Tower. Is that going to be enough time for Flipheal to search the basement and then go to pod? The thing is that like Flipheal still has to consciously
go to pod. Right? He has to reclimb. Like I think that just killed him. Honestly, I think it just flat killed him. Unfortunately, it's such a unfortunate thing, but.
That's right, the reclimb. I do forget TR is also up the mountain. So yeah, it's going to be another additional like minute and change in addition to whatever else this basement search is.
Yeah, like I mean, and he's going to grab everything right now. I can't see any reason why he would like avoid going to train tile room. I'm trying to think tile room.
Yeah, tile room.
Yeah, maybe he avoids tile room. Oh. Yeah, like I understand this. It's just like this is just rando in a nutshell right here. It's just like, yeah, it's not going to be that one chest.
It looks like it's even more tempting. Today. Yeah, it looks like it's more tempting because we all forged CT small keys too. So it's like, why did we? I mean, I understand we still need all 4 in order to go beat the game, like logically, but it's like, and maybe you only had 1 or 2. Maybe you wouldn't do part of the basement because it's not logic,
I'm trying to think for Flipheal if there was anything else that he could have maybe like say logicked it out that because he doesn't have the 6th pod key. Maybe it was on.
That could be too.
Yeah, it was on the
chest, right?
floating island, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It was on floating island. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, which.
This is just really unfortunate right now. It's just, man, it's a bummer. This is just a bummer there. But like again, game one. Like there is more rando to be played over the next couple of times here to see exactly who is going to take the best of 3 series here.
Yeah, and for the record, if past experiences have taught us anything, Flipheal and Zelga did face off each other last year's main tournament for the round of 64. That was also due to a game 3, which Flipheal ultimately won. But these things can and do happen. You think Flipheal's actually gonna find anything useful here in GT? Like even like an armor, maybe?
Well, I mean he's got one. So he's rocking that nice blue PD Piranha. Is that no? That's not PD Piranha. PD Piranha's got like a bow tie or something. Doesn't
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't. He's just a Piranha plan. We haven't seen powder. That's something maybe that can help.
I mean, you're not gonna put it back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice boots, by the way. Our replacement boots. GT big chest.
Nice. There's our replacement item.
Oh my gosh. I
Put
mean,
'em
they're
there.
not actually like there, logically speaking, right? They're just
Clear-
there
clear
for,
mouse.
yeah.
Imagine playing this seed.
No,
but with
no, I don't want to
boots
imagine.
actually
Okay,
being-
dude, it's close to my bedtime. I don't want to have pre-nightmares. Okay, this is one of those
No.
scenes where you open the spoiler log, you're like, boots and GT. Next seed, please.
Yep. Nope. Let's re-roll. And we're gonna get up here. All right. So Flipheal is unfortunately showing us everything that's in this right now. Okay. So for
Oh. All right, we are skipping tile room, so this at least is good for Flip. This climb he has to go do for sure. So
Yeah.
this at least is useful time. The basement, unfortunately, you know, we all know, and of course he also saw that there was nothing there.
is this going to turn into one of the? Yeah, I think this is unfortunately going to might turn into one of these seeds for Flipheal where he checked 214 items, and it turns out that the one that he needed was in the 215th chest.
Yeah. By the way, did Flip actually like switch off of silvers in order to go do Mimics 1? That was a really cool Mimic strat, because like it was very, very fast, but I did kind of expect him to use silvers. Maybe just NMG muscle memory. Inverted 80 keys where your flute, mitts, and boots are all behind a...
I think
No,
GFE is
no.
asking why I don't play
No.
why I don't play Rando anymore. GFE, that's why I don't play Rando anymore, bud.
You could play rando with a spoiler log. You know, when you know him, well, it's slightly better when you know where everything is, but...
Get a you get a seed like that. That's when you're going. Yeah, I'm gonna go walk in the woods for a little while.
yeah.
By a
They're
little
both
while,
very
I mean
nice.
6 to 8 months. I'll see you guys later.
Alright, we are actually making our way through the nice colors. See, oh, did you see that nice little clink that Flipheal had? Only possible with a shield. I would like to specifically point that out for Flipheal. I don't care about Zelga in this case. Just Flipheal. Alright, good save. At least for
No, at this point, Flipheal is Flipheal's shield has come in handy at least twice.
Yeah.
I think we can say that
give
at least
more
twice.
appreciation. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he has 18 hearts probably is taking a little bit of the sting out of that. There, we did find that there were a majority of hearts here in GT.
Hmm. Yeah, especially looking at the basement. That's probably the main difference for what Flipheal has done versus Zelga is like what 3 hearts difference.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, we're up to the top here. We were taking our lamp out there for some reason. As I don't know exactly what's going on, but it looks like I want to say like
We're maybe gonna try and save. Yeah, we can just like the 4 torches and then without spending.
yeah,
magic, we don't
for
go to
this
the
room.
refill.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, haven't played in a while. I forget everything. All right, are
Not
we gonna
even
get to
refill.
19 hearts on Flipheal's side? Let's find out.
Have we skipped anything?
We got 2
Have
more
skipped any
chests.
heart pieces?
We'll see. We're at 2 more chests here, and we're gonna get to. Not yet.
Refill.
Not yet.
All right. Well, I guess we skipped tile room. I don't think we've skipped any freestanding items that I'm aware of. No, we skipped lumberjack, but that's a green rupee, so that doesn't count.
Okay.
Flip.
And
Skip tile room. This is
boo.
just the compass.
I mean, on Flipheal's side, we might actually get to the grand thing where we find out exactly if we get to that many hearts or not here. Take a second here on Zelga's side. Light some torches. Flipheal's into Aga 2. Unfortunately, still missing the ice rod. And right now, probably feeling, oh dear God. I think I might have left something somewhere.
All right. So here's some copium. Flip after finishing a very nice
Jeez.
fight. Yes. Again, energy. Very
That was a
fantastic
good
runner.
fight. That's a good fight.
Yeah. He will be on the pyramid. Pod is pretty close to the pyramid. That could be a location he goes back to.
Good.
Surely we won't pick catfish or something over, or the mirror, right? To go flute away. I'm giving my copium out here for Flip.
Or that powder that he just picked
Oh
up.
my gosh.
I
yeah,
think he
that's
should just
also
jump in and
amazing.
start fighting him right now.
Mm.
You know, be your own man.
I think
Be your
the
own
only
piranha plant.
time, the only time I've seen that Ganon was actually able to be defeated when he says that you haven't met your goal yet is through this like Bomberman mode that I've seen, like that people have made, and apparently I guess like the settings were just porked or something because I think it's technically all dungeons, but you can just drop it again and beat him anytime. So who
Right.
knows? Oh, we're doing Pyramid
Who
Fairy?
knows, right?
Okay.
Zelga not getting the style points. Unfortunately, that is going to be another minus 10 seconds there for Flipheal.
Okay, okay. Flipheal can use all the time that he can hopefully muster up. Do Pyramid Fairy? Maybe into.
I mean, it makes sense,
I
right?
don't
He's
know.
got it.
Yeah, yeah,
legitimately
it
it's
is.
not going to get faster for him. So
Mhm. Okay, I'm glad that we're gonna use the Aga portal as a very nice shortcut. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Oh, well, we still have again the amount of time it takes Zelga to clear Castle Tower. It is 6 blue balls. Got a little bit more copium. That is incrementally more time for Flipheal to go find his ice rod to go beat Turtle Rock. But it's probably not enough.
yeah,
It'll still be close, maybe depending on what Flip does. But yeah.
honestly, yeah, like he would have been in great shape otherwise. It's just the one, you know, it's this is how long have people really been playing Rando here? I mean, I think we've been playing this game for probably getting close to almost like 10 years at this point. It feels like, right?
No, well, maybe not 10. Zelga, I think, has been probably one. I don't know when Flipheal started playing, but I think
Well, I know.
it doesn't seem so
I
long.
mean, not necessarily these guys, but like the community as a whole. Like how long it's Rando been? Like it's been about 10 years. So like
7, 6?
no, because I mean I've been playing it for almost 7 here, and I didn't start playing it immediately. So like it's been quite a few years, right? And one thing has remained the same in that entire time, and that the ice rod sucks. The ice rod just sucks.
You're absolutely correct in that.
Sometimes that ice rod just decides you lose because nah, that's why.
Flip's decision to go to GT to look for the ice rod. I mean, it's the ice rod in this particular case. It's not really any different than like, oh, I'm missing a pod big key. Oh, I'm missing like the turtle, like some pendant big key. Oh, I'm missing Castle Tower key. Like GT is an extremely dense location. 27 / whatever 20 20 odd items, whatever you decide to go do. It's definitely the most dense option that you have.
Flip made the right choice, but it wasn't the correct choice.
It wasn't the correct choice for the seed. And that happens too, right? Like you have you have 3 locations in one area, and you have 1 location in a far off location. Like Catfish, for example, right? And we've seen the progression be on Catfish, which is like an over a minute check, right? It just happens.
Yeah. No, I mean like both of these guys like ran a really fine race. Like it was good. Flipheal flew through this thing. It's just the one time that he decides, I'm not gonna, I guess the one time that he decided to be, I don't see, I can't even call that move aggressive is the thing, right? Like skipping that. Is it aggressive? Like he just.
I think it's very reasonable. I don't really know what considered to be, how aggressive it is for that stage in the game, because I think it's also like a very common thing that people do as well. You're in GT mode, right?
Right.
You're looking for something that you need to complete a pendant dungeon for. You're gonna go to GT for it, which is again very reasonable. It just doesn't happen to work out in this case.
Yeah, I mean you're 1 item away, and so yeah, you're gonna go and you're gonna take the obvious. Well, it's obviously here, right? And the way that this game works is you're probably correct doing that something like 90% of the time. Well, meet that percentage that you're wrong right here. It's just, yeah. There is a little bit of game theory in that. It's messy, but either way, at this point, Zelga is dropping into Ganon right now. Flipheal is probably right now wanting to just go to bed.
Flipheal was.
I've been in this
I think he
situation.
is. I think he is a bit
Like,
more of a
it's-
night owl for what it's worth. But yeah, I understand the sentiment. You know, like maybe there's a nice walking path outside.
Yeah, it's time to go. Take a walk in the mountains or something. Like, go do something that's not rando related. It's like it's dark and I can't see anything. Good. Like, I don't know. Just at times you need to take a step away and go do some other stuff here. Well, Flipheal is going to be rewarded, I guess, with his butter sword. I guess we can call it rewarded here as Zelga doing
I'm sure
a
missing.
goofy
I'm sure
little
missing.
Ganon dance.
I will say though, for how much experience, that both Flip and Zelga have, both playing rando, playing tournaments, right? Like these things, it's not the first time they're experiencing this, right? I'm gonna assume that they're good sports about it, and it's like, well, I got randoed. That's what happened.
For sure.
Mhm. All right, but
And-
big GGs for Zelga. Game 1 winner.
That's going to be that. Yep. Finishing there. Looks like a time of 1:42.52 or something like that. The race time it might be a little different, but yep, that is going to be Zelga's taking game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big
Clear Mouse,
congratulations.
You mentioned that there's probably game 2 tomorrow?
Yes.
Am I right on that?
Yes, that is very correct. Yeah, game 2, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. It'll be Cross Hunt. That's Zelga's choice. Speaking of Zelga, welcome in. GG's.
Yo, GG's. Thank you.
Well done there, sir. You definitely got through that thing in one way, shape, or form. How you feeling?
I stole a race. That's how I feel. There's just no other way to describe it.
How did you feel when you picked up the ice rod? Out of curiosity, like, did you have a sense of like, I found a good thing, or is just like,
I knew it could be a big deal, but honestly, at that point, nothing had been feeling good, so I didn't even know like were there just other pod keys available, and Flip's gonna get this for free too, and then especially by the end, like when I find out that I skipped Samaria being stupidly greedy to try and do hammer pegs with the Smiths, and then everything's just behind Turtle Rock. And yeah, I knew the ice rod was my only potential out, and even then I was like, it's honestly not that unlikely that Flip got it anyway. So I definitely did not feel good about this from like 40 minutes on.
That sounds coincidentally like when you probably found your Samaria hammer pegs. Maybe, I don't remember when you ended up finding it, but
Samaria hammer pegs were like hour 40 or something.
oh, okay.
Well, probably like hour 10, but yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Flip is unfortunately he's gonna just full on last location this ice rod here because he's in left side swamp now looking for that thing, which that's just this game sometimes, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone who plays this long enough has been on both sides of this. Like, it doesn't even feel good when you win like this either, honestly. It's just like, rando, it happens.
That's part of the nature of this game, right? It is randomizer. Things don't always go as expected.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's part of what helps keep it exciting, is that it might just come down to that one check that someone ended up doing. Whether it's a pod big key or a left side swamp or anything like that, it could always just one of those little things. So it's what helps keep rando interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm. Nice. To your rock smoky. You buy. I mean, I know you skipped left side swamp because you were in go mode at that point, but yeah, Flip also skipped it the first time around.
Yeah, I mean, depending on when you get all that, that's totally reasonable too.
Mm-hmm. I did see though that you can at least sleep well at night. You did not go into Eastern without the bow and the big key.
Well, I think you can make a pretty good argument I was supposed to this time, but I will take it.
I think logically, I think you were supposed to, right? Because your logical bow was supposed to be in Chomps, right?
Yeah. Flippers being behind it, and then the book blocking the mirror. Yeah.
Yeah, but you were already doing so many things out of logic, so you know it's what's one more item, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Spoiler: I forfeit soon. Thank you, Flipheal.
In that case, do you want to just come on in, Flip? But
Sorry about the
yeah, no, it's
icon.
just it's just the silliness of this game at times where things happen like this, and should be able to get him in here in just a second now that we marked it. But yeah, it's weird. But and speaking of which, we are now joined in here by Flipheal. Bud, how you doing?
Yo, Flip, GG's.
Yo, greetings everyone, GG's.
Yo, GG's, man.
So, this chest, huh?
This chest coming up, yeah?
Yep. I don't really have anything else to add to that besides that's just it really unfortunate for you there, huh? It just did you was there any thought of 50-50s there? Or were you thinking like I'm gonna go do Harmless Elway, or was there any thought of anything like that, or was it just pure stupid rando luck?
I don't know. It's a little bit of everything because I'm not expecting Zelga to last locate Samaria, so I'm actually I guess it starts from Eastern Pod because I know he doesn't like to dip Eastern that much, so but in like 80 keys I was like I didn't have the mirror yet and I knew where the bow was. I'll do Eastern and then I'll do Pod. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Go to Ice, go to Mire. And then when I find flippers and something else in TR, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm like, you know what, maybe the mirrors is in GT. So I keep going, and then when I find the mirror in Desert, I didn't know where I was anymore because it was just so hard to tell, right? Like I'm single dipping Desert, but you could potentially single dip Eastern if you wait long enough. So it was just really hard to tell. And then I tend to over clear a little bit, and I knew it was going to be a close race. Zelga's really good, so I didn't want to like not cut to any corner or be too loose in clearing. But maybe in the back of my mind I was like, maybe I should just clear Pod, because that's also kind of the case of my previous 80 boots race. Like we both skipped left side swamp, and then like it was the answer, so it was like maybe I shouldn't orphan too much stuff in the dungeon, but that's just how it goes.
No, it makes sense. Like, yeah, especially there with when you were mentioning like the middle, not knowing where you were. Like, we didn't know who was ahead there for the longest time. Like, we were kind of flipping back. It was like, oh, it was a really close race but then at some point we looked down and it was just like you definitely had the advantage, and everything was going, we had kind of pretty much given the game to you, and then, unfortunately you just skipped the ice rod, and that was it. There's nothing else to it, unfortunately. But tomorrow, we can throw this seed kind of in the trash. Zelga pick us up at the win today, but tomorrow is going to be a cross hunt, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're doing cross hunt tomorrow, same time. Should be a lot of fun.
Who doesn't love entrance?
Okay. You're not wrong. And I hope you find your boots. This time you got to start with boots. Nice boots, and well, you didn't see the Zelda, but Flip found the green 20 and GT big chest. So.
Oh, nice. Very cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely a very interesting race. Like, I mean, you both had like, just based on the item, the sequencing and the item placements, like less optimal routes. Like I think Zelga, because you didn't have Kane, you ended up double dipping things, like Mire, for example, right? I think you went there and Flip was able to clear it once. But I mean, it's just like, but it was a really interesting, like, we didn't know, as Jay said, basically who was ahead, like basically the entire time until kind of like the very end, and then and then the ice rod situation happened.
Yeah,
it
I
was
guess
it
what's
was it was
interesting-
big drama the whole time, all through the end.
Yeah, I guess the only other thing to add really is at least my read was right. After I did GT, I was like, it's always hard to decide what I'm doing next, but I was like, if it's in pod, I'm probably in trouble. So I just kind of, that's why I did it last, and at least my read was right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, you definitely played the correct way. It's kind of like what you were talking about, like when, at the end there, it's just, you 27, 27 checks in GT versus versus that one there. Makes perfect sense. It's just, game did not agree today, unfortunately.
Yeah, if the situation is reversed, I would have made the exact same play. There's no way I'm coming back in whenever I've got all of GT to do. So I definitely feel for it.
Well, time to gear up then for cross hunt. Have a good night's rest, and then we'll be back here tomorrow for game 2. Good luck to both of you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for the luck, and thank you for the commentary, the tracking, the restreaming. I really appreciate it all. And big GG's to Flipheal, and hopefully a little bit smoother on both of us tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. I'll echo the same sentiments. Thanks for comms, restream, tracking, whatever. It's always a fun time, and looking forward to game 2. Hopefully, I can eke it out and get us to a game 3, but we'll see.
Oh yeah. So yeah, definitely then. Everybody, thanks to everyone for getting this all set up tonight. Clear Mouse, as always, it was a pleasure there. Thank you for letting me know that this was happening at the time it was. So I could make the time.
I'm very, very glad. In fact, actually, so when I was looking up basically like because you and Flip and Zelga, right, were this is a rematch, right, from main tournament 2023, right, for round of 64, and that was also game 3. And I looked up actually who did that series, and did you know that Days and I were on commentary for you guys last year for game 3? So it would have been almost poetic to be if this was actually a game 3, but I'm really happy that we were able to do this for game 1. So
yeah, that's awesome that you were able to get another one in. That's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like we like you guys.
Yeah.
Almost.
The feeling is
Right.
mutual.
Yeah. You didn't piss us off for a whole year. That's a good milestone. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. So, yeah, thank you so much, Dazed. And Malkier and Darkshana, these guys were MVPs. In fact, the stream unfortunately had a little bit of some technical difficulties throughout, but man, these guys were on it, like every single thing, that we couldn't see, they were immediately just pointing out to us and basically making sure that the stream, went smoothly. So thank you guys so much. Very, very much appreciated for the tracking and the restreaming. And yeah, best of luck, Zelda and Flip, for tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. In terms of schedules, let's see. It's so we have for tomorrow 1:10 p.m. We have Gilgamesh versus Aruvian. That's game 2 for the 80 keys. We have Gamma versus Dracarius. That's at 3:10 p.m. And then Cointracer versus Schultzer, also at 3:10. And then of course Zelga versus Flip is 9:10, same time as earlier tonight, and so it'll be cross hunt. So, did you know that a cat's spine has 53 vertebrae to help with flexibility compared to the 34 in humans? What a nice cat pack. Thank you, Zelga.
I'm going to go test that on my cat. Be right back.
Okay, all right. Make sure you count all 53. Thank you all so much. All right, yeah. Have a great rest of your night, everyone, and we'll see you here back tomorrow.